And then the agent says, "That's a hell of an act. What do you call it?" And the guy says, "The Nice Cats." Hello, welcome back. It has been forever since I've streamed last, at least like a few weeks. So, to explain why I've been gone, I got sick last month. I had like a hell of like a viral, like sinus and throat infection situation going on that even after it cleared, I just had like a lingering cough and just my voice was fucked for weeks afterwards. And I just did not feel up to streaming while I had that going on. Just kind of letting my voice rest as much as possible. Which is hard because at my IRL fucking normie job, talking is like half of what I do there. But yeah, I finally feel up to it again. I think this is gonna be a shorter stream. I don't anticipate it going on more than a couple hours. Hey, Captain Confusion. Hey, Miracle Prism. 10'20", the Dragon Girl. Yeah, new Deltarune chapter came out in between then and now. As always, Toby Fox has given me some new vocal stems. They're eating my flesh. Sounds miserable. Glad you're feeling better. Yeah, I'm feeling quite a bit better by now. My voice is definitely a lot better than it was. My throat was scratchy as hell for weeks. So anyways, what's on deck for today is a Dingo Pictures double feature. And now for our feature presentation. Feature. Oh god. That was a loud firework. They're like already popping fireworks off out there. It's like not even dark yet, you fucking psychos. Yeah, I'm just ignoring all that right now. I do not care about it's America's 250th birthday, and we're certainly ringing it in the stupidest way possible. Anyways, for some background on Dingo Pictures, this was a German animation company making, like, shoestring budget ripoffs of Disney movies. These got dubbed by some localization company, and then picked up by Midas Interactive, who published them on PlayStation discs instead of just like DVDs or VHSs for some reason. So we're gonna start with Nice Cats, the blatant ripoff of Disney's Aristocats. Live on the landing path of one of the busiest airports in the world, and you're still surrounded by people competing to spend the most money on professional-grade fireworks out of their backyard. Yeah, I'm not a fan of, I am not a fan of fireworks being popped off in the middle of the city. If you want to go out in the middle of nowhere and do it, then that's whatever, but like... Damn, some people gotta sleep, you know? Some people have dogs that will lose their shit with all these, fireworks going off. Well, enough whining, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. I know the whole Great American State Fair apparently is a total shit show right now. That's some good comedy right there. Maybe something really funny will happen. Resume. Oh, what the hell? Start game. What the fuck? Why is this not working? Fuck it. Okay. Well, it's off to a promising start here. My duck station fucking froze trying to open this thing. Every park had someone setting something off. There was starburst over the freeway, causing people to slam on their brakes. Good God. Oh, thanks, phone. So Midas Interactive was actually like a somewhat legit publisher. Published a bunch of like budget games and so on. I don't know how they picked these things up and how these got a release. Because they are just the most low effort shitposts you have ever seen. So we've got the actual movie. We've also got some little some other features here. We'll check those out first, so I can talk about like the movie first. Hey, Tama-chan. So as I said, this is a ripoff of this is a ripoff of Aristocats, the Disney movie. I watched this movie as a kid. I did not strongly remember the plot of it. And uh, because I'm nothing if not thorough, yesterday I actually watched uh, Aristocats again just to watch one of these. No, no, I'm not. I haven't watched this yet. I'm saying I rewatched Aristocats just to kind of refresh myself on it. Just to give myself um so I can better refresh myself on what it is ripping off essentially. um as a kid, it's like I remember scenes from this movie. I didn't have a strong memory of the plot, and upon rewatching, it's because it only barely has one. It sure is one of those movies where just like a series of things happen in sequence, if you know what I mean. Alright, so we've got the Madame here. We've got Duchess. We've got three different it's just three different pictures of the same fucking cat. Things just keep happening and then the movie ends. Basically, there's the overarching plot of like the Madame has written her will and she is leaving her fortune to her cats. And then once they die, the fortune will go to her butler, Edgar. Well, Edgar's like, well, I want the money right now. So he conspires to get rid of the cats. We've got a slide puzzle here. I'm notoriously terrible at these, so I'm not even gonna. Uh, hold on. Let me open up my timer. Just to say that there was technically some gameplay, I will do some of these. Where the fuck is my timer? There it is. Let me open up my chat again so I can actually see it. Everybody wants to be a cat, so true. It sure is just a series of things that happen. Um, that one goes there. I'm just gonna leave that one. Brap, brap. They couldn't have had a better sound effect for this than just brap, brap, brap. It's a literal fart noise. What the fuck? Wait, no, this needs to go here. Wow, that's like the fastest I've ever solved one of these. Notoriously terrible at them. Um, the highlight of this movie for me, um, was the animation. This was a movie that was made in what is known as Disney's Xerox era, um, which is where before like the traditional way of animating was they would the illustrator would like draw the frame in pencil, and then assistants would come and like ink over it, um, and like paint it. Uh, with the Xerox method, um, the animator's pencil drawings would be copied directly onto an animation cell, as like a cost-cutting measure. This was not because of greed. This is not like a let's fire these illustrators kind of thing. It was because at the time Disney was fucking broke and cutting costs wherever they could. So it is a lot rougher animation quality. You see a lot of like the pencil sketches coming through. Um, in the animation, I think it looks cool. I like the rougher pencil sketch style coming through. Let's see. That one goes here. Why did they not use a different noise for this? Okay, this one needs to... Fuck, I'm so bad at these. The musical numbers are pretty good. That's another highlight of it for me. The actual plot is like just barely there. There's a lot of like just side characters and such that just go nowhere. I think the movie could have benefited from being maybe like 30, 45 minutes shorter than it actually was. A lot of it feels like padding for time. Uh, so I'm expecting a lot of the same characters from the movie to show up here. This is clearly the cat, the lady cat Duchess. I'll tell you what I hope does not make it into this ripoff is like the fucking racist Chinese stereotype cat. Whoops, sorry. So, coming in, I was like, okay, I do have vague memories of this movie as a kid. I know there's like the musical number with the two Siamese cats. Uh, we are Siamese, if you please. I'm not gonna do the voice. Um, I was like, yeah, I know there's that musical number with like the racist Chinese stereotype Siamese cats. No, I was completely wrong. I was misremembering. That was Lady and the Tramp. There's an entirely different racist Chinese stereotype cat in this movie. No, no, wait a minute. Hold on. What the? These two are the same. These two are the same exact. Those are the same panel. Corporate wants you to find the difference between these pictures. They're the same picture. Yeah. There's a completely different, uh, Chinese stereotype cat that comes out of fucking nowhere in, what is otherwise one of the highlights of the movie for me. The musical number, Everybody Wants to Be a Cat. It's really good. It's a really good song, except for the parts. Wait, this is also the same. Fuck this. Fuck this. I'm not doing the 4x4. They're the same fucking panel. Am I talking about the Siamese cats parts? Yeah, except I misremembered. That was Lady and the Tramp. So yeah, in in Everybody Wants to Be a Cat, there's like Thomas O'Malley, you know, Abraham DeLacy, Giuseppe Casey, Thomas O'Malley's um, multicultural gang of alley cats. Um, Thomas O'Malley himself is Irish. There's a cat that's like a black jazz musician, actually voiced by an actual black jazz musician, Scatman Crothers. One of the cats in this gang of alley cats is a Siamese cat. And out of nowhere, in an otherwise perfectly acceptable musical number, um, the Siamese cat starts playing the piano with chopsticks, and it's like the na 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 dun 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 dun, that one, and and he grabs a cymbal off the drum set and puts on his head, so he's got like the stereotypical hat on. It is like out of fucking nowhere. So hopefully that one doesn't come up. That's the thing with these old two of these are just the same puzzle with different background. Hopefully that doesn't come up in this. If you're making a ripoff, there's things you can leave behind. So we've also got Mario Paint here. We've got two of the kittens here. I figured I don't remember the kittens' names. I watched this movie yesterday and I don't remember the kitten. I remember Marie's name. Marie is probably the most famous character from this movie because she is incredibly marketable and the one that Disney made a lot of like merchandise of. There's Toulouse, and then there's a third kitten whose name I don't remember. Try to color that one to be Yuna. This one is too nice to be Yuna. This nice cat is too nice to be Yuna. There's like a bit on the mouth that I cannot, I like cannot cover. Just the thing physically won't go onto it. This one looks too nice to be Yuna. I think this one, this this weed cat over here, this one is more like Yuna. Is the other cat high? I think so. Marie, Toulouse, and I don't know what the other's name is. God, there's... Okay, I guess this is my fault. I did jack up the sensitivity on the mouse. What? There. Because the speed that this mouse moves at normally is horrible. Maybe I should, maybe I should show you what that looks like briefly. I liked Thomas O'Malley in the movie. Even as a kid, I liked Thomas O'Malley. He is not the stepdad. He is the dad who stepped up. I'm not coloring all those in. Fuck that. Boom. Beautiful, beautiful picture. The owner of Lady also owns the Siamese cats in Lady and the Tramp. Yeah, I watched Lady and the Tramp as a kid. I also like don't remember a lot of like specifics of like the actual plot of that movie. There, that's a unicat if I ever saw one. Excuse me. Yeah, let me show you what the cursor speed is like if I don't jack it up. The default here, it was horrible. Like, let's just for fun say I'm gonna do this 6x6 fucking nightmare here. Look at how slow this fucking thing moves. You would be... This is miserable. It's fucking... It's bad. I don't know why these weren't just put on, like, VHS or whatever. Was DVD a thing? I guess DVD would have been a thing. Would have, like, just been becoming a thing when these would have come out. But, like... Why... They put these here just to say this is technically a game. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and watch the movie, why don't we? So, in the movie, the madame, who was like an old crazy cat lady, leaves her entire fortune, her palatial mansion to her cats, and then once the cats die, it goes to the butler. Well, the butler is like, well, the cats are going to live 12 years, and each cat lives 9 lives, so they're going to live like 108 years. I can't wait that long. I've got to get rid of them now. Um, Even though, like, uh, how is a will like this enforced? Presumably, the butler would still be staying around to take care of these cats, and would get to enjoy the fortune himself. I don't. uh, Far be it from me to nitpick a children's movie about talking cats, but like his plan is a little silly. Anyways, the cats get dumped in the French countryside and have to make their way back, and they just get into some wacky hijinks with some completely unrelated characters on the way there. We'll see how closely this ripoff hews to the source material.
It was incredibly hot that day in town. Breathing was difficult for many people because the air was very stuffy. Fortunately, yesterday, the big holidays began.
This is a common problem. Wait, hold on.
Went to the country or to the Mrs. McDonald.
Animation incredible. I'm going to pause for a second and just point out I have no controls. Excuse me. I have no controls for like changing the playback of the video here. Nudge the volume up, yes, sir. I have no controls for controlling the playback of the video here. All I can do is pause it. Tell me if this is enough.
It was incredibly hot that day in town. Breathing was difficult for many people because the air was very stuffy. Fortunately, yesterday, the big holidays began, and everybody was able...
Still too quiet. Big says, alright, I'll nudge my desktop audio up some. Yeah, I have to, like, physically pause the game. Luckily, it starts from the same place.
To do so, went to the country or to the beach. So did Mrs. McDonald. Where are you? She called impatiently. Laureen, Lionel, Lucy, come on. If we don't leave now, we will get stuck in the worst traffic jam ever. We're coming, Mrs. McDonald, they shouted out of the house. Just a minute.
Wait, okay.
Come on, Lucy. We
Walking
always have to wait
animation.
for you, Laureen said, who was Lucy's mother. I can't find my damned hairbrush.
Whoa! Where's that damned hairbrush? I did not expect swearing.
Don't say damned, Laureen moaned. Who have you learned these expressions from? From Mrs. McDonald, Lionel, Lucy's brother, grinned. She says it often when she thinks she's alone. Don't say such nonsense, Laureen said strictly. She has never spoken one of those words in her life. Lucy and Lionel giggled because they knew better. If you don't come now, I will go to Acapulco alone, they heard Mrs. McDonald calling. Well, Laureen sighed, but don't you think that you're getting out of being brushed. We are going to buy a new brush on the way. Lionel and Lucy rushed out, but Laureen stopped them. Lucy, Lionel, you must walk slowly and demurely. You aren't street cats. You are beautiful and well-educated domestic cats. Unfortunately, Lucy and Lionel laughed. Here you are at last. Everybody get in, Mrs. McDonald called. Oh, I'm so happy to get out of this stuffy and noisy town.
So,
After Lucy...
even disregarding this hilarious animation, For as much as I talk about Aristocats barely having a plot, this looks... Aristocats looks like high fucking cinema next to this. Good lord.
Lionel and Laureen had made themselves comfortable in the car. Mrs.
This
McDonald
looks
raced
like
off
shit.
and was in a better mood.
The car just cutting off on the side. Bonnie fashion.
Bye-bye, Lucy Lionel. Have a good time, the birds twittered. We will have a lot of fun in Acapulco, Lucy shouted gladly to them.
Also, wait. Driving to Acapulco? Hold on. Wait, what is this western town? This... Driving from Paris to Acapulco, Mexico. Just a short drive, as one does. This music is totally fitting. This, like...
Bye-bye, Mrs. McDonald, Rosa called. Bye-bye, Mrs. McDonald called back. Relax well, the hedgehog waved.
How does the hedgehog know her? Driving through fucking Arizona?
Lucy and Lionel were glad because Mrs. McDonald had a convertible, so they didn't notice the great heat too much, and the trip was very pleasant. By the evening, Mrs. McDonald and her cats reached Acapulco. They had rented a house for the holidays there. As they were getting out of the car, Lucy tried to run away. I'm going to have a look around. I'll be back shortly, she said. No, Lucy, you have to stay here, Laureen ordered. First, we have to unpack. Lionel, you go help your sister. Lucy and Lionel shrugged their shoulders and went back to the car.
Hold up.
Lucy has...
I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it. But this was, like, overdubbed from, like, German or whatever. And I swear you can still hear, like, them talking just, I swear you can hear, like, the original voice lines, like, very faintly. I don't know if y'all can hear that on stream. I can hear it with the headphones on.
Thirst for adventure like her father, Laureen said worriedly to Mrs. McDonald. He was a real vagabond, but very charming, she added, sighing. Yes, yes, men. Mrs. McDonald smiled, and the two giggled like schoolgirls as they went into the house. After dinner, Mrs. McDonald and her cats realized that the journey had been very strenuous. Everybody was tired, and they all wanted to sleep as soon as possible. Good night, my beloved cats. Sleep well, Mrs. McDonald said. Good night, Mrs. McDonald, Laureen, Lucy, and Lionel answered and fell asleep immediately. The next morning, when Lucy and Lionel awoke, Laureen and Mrs. McDonald had already prepared breakfast. Slurping, they drank their milk hungrily. Lucy, Laureen said strictly to her daughter, listen to me. This morning, the milkman told me a cat catcher roams around in this area. He likes to catch beautiful and cared-for cats like you. Don't cause any troubles, dear Lucy, and stay nearby. This is proper behavior for a respectable domestic cat, Mrs. McDonald added. But that's really boring, Lucy complained. Poor Lucy, Lionel said compassionately. He himself didn't mind just laying around
what is he reading there?
laughing and reading.
Here in labor.
That's a fun idea, isn't it? She thought as she disappeared sulkily into the corner. In the shadow, Mrs. McDonald...
I'm looking this up. I'm looking up Uh, the title of the book the cat was reading there. I'm looking this up real quick. Uh, apparently this translates to laboratory animals. He is reading a book about like animal experimentation? Why? That's fucking weird. Wait, did I hold on. Did I what's happening? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Hold on. Did it? Whoa, hold on. How do I? Somehow I accidentally fast. I accidentally full screen this. Hold on. Uh, well, the game has frozen on me, so that's cool. That's definitely not obnoxious. How do I? Let me try making a save state. If I resume this state, what happens? Cool. That's not obnoxious at all. Uh, can I fast forward the playback? Is that a thing that I can do? Even here, my curse of saving and not saving and losing progress. Add a game to the wheel, Animal Soccer World. Alright, alright. I'm gonna go ahead and add that. By the way, these kinds of, Dingo pictures joints, probably like this one will be double features. You know, because they are quite short and kind of pointless to do just one on a stream. I don't have to, but I want to. Can I control the playback? Okay, good. I can fast forward the emulator itself.
Mrs. McDonald smiled, and the two giggled like schoolgirls as they went into the house.
We were around somewhere here, so...
After dinner, Mrs. McDonald and her cats realized that the journey had been very strenuous. Everybody was tired, and they all wanted to sleep as soon as possible. "Good night, my beloved cats. Sleep well," Mrs. McDonald said. "Good night, Mrs. McDonald," Laureen, Lucy, and Lionel answered and fell asleep immediately. The next morning, when Lucy and Lionel awoke, Laureen and Mrs. McDonald had already prepared breakfast. Slurping, they drank the milk hungrily.
Slurp.
"Lucy," Laureen said strictly to her daughter, "listen to me. This morning, the milkman told me a cat catcher roams around in this area. He likes to catch beautiful and cared-for cats like you. Don't cause any troubles, dear Lucy, and stay nearby. This is proper behavior for a respectable domestic cat, Mrs. McDonald added. But that's really boring, Lucy complained. Poor Lucy, Lionel said compassionately. He himself didn't mind just laying around in the sun, loafing and reading. That's a fun idea, isn't it? She thought as she disappeared sulkily into the corner. In the shadow, Mrs. McDonald and Lorene had made themselves comfortable, and soon they fell asleep. When Lucy heard the two snoring, she carefully snuck up to Lionel. "Hi, Lionel," she whispered very quietly. "I'll go out for just an hour." Lionel looked shocked. "And the cat catcher? Lucy, that might be dangerous." "Don't worry," she said. "I can take care of myself. I'm just going around the corner." "Okay, Lucy, but you have to be back before Mama and Mrs. McDonald wake up. Otherwise, we'll be in big trouble." "You can trust me, little brother," Lucy whispered.
That's really boring.
Away.
I'm sorry, but if you take your cats on vacation and you to fucking Mexico and you just let them roam, I feel like I feel like when you lose that cat, that's on you. What is this dog?
"Oh, dear," Lucy was shocked. "It's 5 o'clock already." She ran back to the cottage as fast as she could.
Oops. Here we
"Where
go.
were you for such a long time?" Lionel asked her.
Good face.
"Mom has blinked and she'll wake up soon." Out of breath, Lucy rolled up, closed her eyes, and pretended to sleep. It was about time for Lorene to wake up, and Mrs. McDonald was rubbing her eyes also. After a short, suspicious
Well,
look
she's already
at
awake.
Lucy, Lorene blinked to Mrs. McDonald, satisfied. "Well, you see at last, Lucy is becoming a good little cat girl." Mrs. McDonald was very happy.
What does that mean?
"Oh dear," Lionel thought, "if they only knew."
Where are the cats on the box art?
So nobody could see him blushing.
Well, oh, that was my phone's low battery. I don't know if y'all heard that. My phone's low battery alert. Sounds like I'm on the weirder outs. Zeta says, "Where are the cats on the box art?" Yeah, let's just like talk about this. Not only do these cats seem to not appear, but also this art is way better than what is in the actual movie.
The next day was spent much as the one before. As soon as Mrs. McDonald and Lorene had their afternoon nap, Lucy had another investigation tour.
They have used that same
back earlier this
slurp,
time,"
slurp,
Lionel
slurp
called after her,
clip
but
like
Lucy
5
had already
times.
disappeared. She was walking along the street cheerfully. Suddenly, she saw a little mouse, which was dancing in front of her teasingly. "Hold on, I'm going to catch you," Lucy called. But the mouse disappeared like lightning. "Just try to catch me." It giggled and looked around the corner in a cheeky way. "I'll get you," Lucy called and started for a jump, and... Ha ha ha! Lucy heard him deep
I
into his
love
voice.
cats.
What a nice cat we have here. That's what I call a successful cat.
What
You
the
may hiss
fuck?
as much as you want. You won't get away from me, the cat catcher laughed. Well
The
done,
fuck
Judy,
is this
he
dude?
said to the mouse. At home is a nice piece of cheese waiting for you. That's your reward.
He's in cahoots with the mouse?
Meanwhile, Lionel was waiting for his sister's return impatiently, full of unrest. He was running to and fro.
Some YouTube poop editing on the cat running back and forth, just like being the same frame of animation reversed.
Lionel, Lucy, where are you? Oh dear, that's the end, Lionel thought. Here I am. And where's Lucy? Lorraine asked. I don't know. She was just here. Lionel was stuttering. What's the matter, Lorraine? Why are you looking so angry? Lucy has run away, Lorraine said angrily. Tonight she will go to bed without a meal. Don't be so strict, Mom, Lionel said. Certain cats need more freedom than others. But this is not acceptable. I forbade Lucy to go away, and she has to learn. Lorraine was hissing and went back into the house full of anger. Your mother is right, Lionel. You are not just anybody. You're well-educated and intelligent domestic cats.
It's not his fault.
Oh, Lucy, Lionel sighed. You make things so difficult.
It's not his fault Lucy
There
wandered
you are,
off.
my dear cat. I hope you will feel happy in my palace.
The cat catcher said to Lucy as he turned
Oh
around
my
and
God.
snapped away. Then Lucy heard the
This is a
door
hovel.
bang loudly and the key turn in the lock. Oh dear, I'm in an awkward situation, she mumbled desperately. She was looking around. She was alone. There was nobody around who could help her. In the evening, a little bowl of milk was pushed in. Hungrily, Lucy drank the milk, and
Slurp,
although
slurp,
she
slurp, slurp,
couldn't
slurp,
believe
slurp,
it,
slurp,
she
slurp,
actually fell
slurp,
asleep
slurp,
a
slurp.
short time later.
What's that demented music?
I'm getting more and more worried about Lucy, Lorraine said to Mrs. McDonald. It's getting darker and darker, and we shouldn't forget about the cat catcher story. Oh, poor Lucy, she was caught. Lionel started crying. Before we get too excited, I'm going to call the newspapers and ask if the cat catcher is still in this area. Lionel and his mother ran restlessly into the room. Bad news, Mrs. McDonald said with a hoarse voice when she came back. A man noticed that cat, who looks exactly like Lucy, and he was caught by the cat catcher. My poor
Fireworks
child,
going ham
Lorraine
out
moaned
there.
and started to cry, and also Mrs. McDonald shed a tear down her cheek. Full of anxiety and worry about Lucy.
Mrs. McDonald's Mrs. McDonald's face does not change at all. Just the single tear down her completely stoic expression.
Hello, my beautiful miss. I never guessed to find such a charm inside these dreary halls. Bemused, Lucy blinked at the sleeper.
Oh, here we have Thomas
Who are
O'Malley.
you? She asked and turned up her nose. You look like you haven't had a bath for a long time. Well, don't be so unkind, the top cat said, insulted. There are cats who are not spoiled by their mistresses and masters. They have to learn their living by themselves, and I'm one of them. You spoiled princess. Sorry,
Whoa.
Lucy said. Were you caught also? Unfortunately. It was my own fault, though. I was so hungry, and suddenly a cute little, tempting little mouse just in front of my nose. The same thing happened to me, Lucy sighed. Do you have any idea what will happen to us? Well, if you live in the streets like me, all types of things can happen. Don't keep me in suspense. Tell me, Lucy pressed. The beautiful and well-behaved cats like you are sold expensively. One says, if you are lucky, you will get a nice family. But I already have a nice family. I don't want to be sold, Lucy hissed, outraged. The tomcat shrugged his shoulders. I could imagine worse things. Ignoramus, Lucy hissed. But the cat catcher probably has other plans for
What?
you. You are not beautiful or well-behaved.
Take
The
that.
tomcat grinned. You are right. A mangy cat like me won't be sold to a nice family. No, I have to go into a laboratory for animal experiments.
Whoa!
Into a laboratory for animal experiments? Lucy asked dreadfully. Yes, I guess there I should try to eat
The
the best
book
I
was
can.
foreshadowing.
What's healthiest for me. My goodness, Lucy said. Do you know what really happens in the laboratory for animal experiments? You will be killed. My brother Lionel, who is very educated, has got a book with a lot of pictures of these laboratories. The animals are teased until they
Oh my
die.
God.
Open.
Teased until they die. I can't believe the book Lionel was reading was foreshadowing. What odd word choice there.
I want to get out of this place. It doesn't work like that, Lucy said. We have to find a better idea. By my way, my name is Lucy, and yours? My friends call me Charlie. Big Tomcat introduced himself. Sorry that I freaked out just now. That's okay, Lucy said. If I were you, I'd want to get out of here. Let's think this over. Lucy and Charles huddled closely together and whispered very quietly. Fantastic, Charlie laughed. I see you're not just beautiful, you're also clever. Lucy was flattered.
Can you...
When can we put this into action? Charlie asked.
You were presumably an adult cat. Can you stop flirting with the kitten, please?
Immediately. We shouldn't lose any time, Lucy said strictly. Go on. Help! Help! Charlie asked. Help! What's the reason of this fuss? The angry cat.
What's the reason of this fuss?
Look, Lucy's ill. I think she's gonna die. Oh, help!
Shut up, this little lady is shamming, the cat catcher said,
Although he was a bit restless. I haven't done any of this.
Dude?
The fifth cat becomes ill, I can't sell her. As Lucy had earlier thought, the cat catcher bent over. At that moment, Charlie jumped up and bit into the cat catcher's bottom. Ow! Ow! He called and held his hands protectively
His head
on her
just
bottom.
wobbling.
Just for a short moment, he completely had forgotten about Charlie and Lucy.
Excuse me, sorry.
Let's go home, Lucy called, running.
Weave chicken. What does that say? Weave chicken.
Will you come with me, Charlie?
Or we like chicken.
Mrs. McDonald, Lorraine, and Lionel stood sadly in front of the house and watched the street. Let's go back home. These holidays are ruined completely for me, Mrs. McDonald said.
The animation of
But
just
maybe
like
Lucy will
the
come back,
head
Lionel
bobbing is
protested.
so weird.
Oh, Lionel, but you heard. Somebody saw the cat catcher taking Lucy away, Lorraine sighed. Now come on, you two, before something happens to you as well, Mrs. McDonald said. Just at that moment, when they began to drive, Lucy and Charlie came. Stop, stop, Lucy called. Stop, hold on, hold on. But neither Mrs. McDonald nor Lionel heard her. They were too far away. Damned! What should we do now? I'll never find my way back by myself, Lucy cried.
Damn.
Well, Princess, don't cry now. We have already survived the worst thing. You can't give up now, Charlie said to Lucy. But I don't know the way. It's too far to San Francisco. We will make it. Maybe you will look untidy.
Oh, San
when we reach your
Francisco,
family,
okay.
but your mom will nurse you back to health.
I
Lucy sat down.
did not realize they were in San Francisco.
Come on, Lucy, Charles called. You have to learn to know the world one day, and I promise you we will have a lot of fun. Slowly, Lucy's thirst for adventure came back. Okay, Charlie, let's go. I
Oh
like
my
you
God.
much better this way, Charlie laughed.
Ugh. Stop. Stop, Charlie. Bro. Rip off Thomas O'Malley is in the files, dude. This is... What the fuck is going on? San Francisco just raises further questions. That did not look like fucking San Francisco in the beginning, but go off. Boing, bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bong, boing, bing, bing.
Ha! I know one of
The
these.
fuck is this
You
music?
should see how fast they will run away, Lucy said confidently, and then she hissed to the dogs. But this time they didn't run away. They yapped back at her. Okay, it didn't work, she said to Charlie apologetically. You have to learn a lot, Lucy.
40-hour drive. Jesus Christ.
Listen, you two, from tramp to tramp, we're going to San Francisco. Have any ideas of how to get there quickly? You're going to Frisco? Well, forget the train. They find every stowaway and bring them to the animal home, said the smaller one. Damn, Charlie said. I had a lot of fun traveling on trains. Yeah, but times are worse, said the older dog. I guess you have to walk. But
you didn't get a ping, but you don't think you were in a hurry to see this.
The car drivers are thoughtless, and you will have difficulties to survive. The other day, a friend of ours, he was run over. Oh, that doesn't sound too good. Anyway, thank you, Charlie said. Okay, take care of yourselves, the dog said. Lucy and Charlie left the main street and walked across the
What the fuck is this music?
Hey, Lucy, look, a hay wagon. We can ride on it for a while.
Why are they in such a hurry? The mole wondered.
Isn't this comfortable? Lucy was glad.
There is a lore iceberg behind Dingo pictures in the translations. Huh.
Everything's okay? He asked when he stopped the horse and the donkey. Sure, the donkey said, and the horse neighed agreeing. Let's start, the farmer said, and push the pitchfork into the hay. Ow! Lucy cried with shock.
What? That didn't hit you.
There? 2 stowaways. The farmer was astonished.
You were on top of it.
Wait till I catch you. Hey, wait, Lucy, wait, called Charlie. We already shook off the farmer. Trembling, Lucy sat down on the floor. Did you see that? He poked me.
Trembling, and her animation is just wobbling.
Nonsense. You just had a giant horror. Charlie grinned. I don't think that's funny, Lucy said excitedly. Tell me, how should we carry on? I'm hungry. We may have a problem, Charlie said and looked around. There are only vegetables here. This is a fact. We have to eat vegetables today. Vegetables? Are you joking? Lucy was outraged.
Vegetables aren't bad.
Little Bunny nibbled beside them.
out of nowhere, this bunny.
Turnips, not far away.
Cats can't eat vegetables.
Lucy groaned and rolled her eyes. We have no other
There's multiple localizers, though neither is in a hurry to take credit, so you just kind of have to find out which one it is. Most famous is Animal Soccer World, but that's kind of the make a crossover one. It's basically like the Avengers of Dingo. Also, yeah, that was just Thumper from Bambi.
ability, madame.
Just straight up traced.
With pleasure, the bunny chewed a big carrot. By this time, Charlie already had a carrot in his mouth, too. Not so bad. I've had worse food other times, he said. Lucy sat in a bad mood and wouldn't eat anything. Well, princess, it's not my problem, Charlie said. If you want to starve, that's your affair. But I would like to meet your family. And if you die of starvation, this won't happen. Lucy hissed at Charlie angrily, but finally took a carrot and started eating. First timidly, then more and more greedily.
I see you like it, the bunny said proudly. Had enough to eat? Around this time, nobody comes here.
The other localizer uses multiple voice actors. Huh.
Time to sleep, Charlie said when they had eaten enough. Immediately, Lucy agreed. Quite satisfied, they cuddled up together
these
under
birds just following them that it keeps cutting to. That is just straight up padding.
When the sun raised,
Bing, bing,
the two
bong,
went
bong, bing,
on.
bing, bong, bong, bing, bing, bong.
Soon Lucy's paws hurt her. If I have
What?
to walk the whole day, I would like to have something delicious to eat.
And that's
she
the L
moaned.
from Bambi.
Nothing comes without doing something, the tomcat said. So let's try to catch some mice. But as much as they tried, they didn't succeed. Shh, suddenly Lucy said, over there. Only a short distance away, there was a little squirrel sitting on the ground and laying out in the sun. Okay, Charlie said. I'll count to 3, and then we'll jump. Okay, Lucy said. 1, 2, 3, go! You counted too noisily, Lucy complained. It's gone now.
You must be very hungry if you want to eat squirrels.
Although it's true,
What?
we haven't eaten for some days, Charlie confirmed.
You must be very hungry if you want to eat squirrels. It'd be more reasonable for a cat to eat a squirrel than a fucking carrot. Following Hexley's logic, to do was to do stuff in order. We have to subject her to every other Dingo Pictures game before Animal Soccer World. It's not that fucking serious.
Mario's. He's the world's best cook. There, you will get leftovers of meat as much as you want, and simply the best. The
Say,
squirrel suggested.
Mario?
Leftover meat, delicious! Lucy exclaimed excitedly and ran away.
You have to go straight ahead.
The squirrel called after them.
Oh, wait, what the fuck is that? What the fuck was that? Hold on. Hold up.
Ristorante da Mario, Lucy spelled reverently.
What
There,
the fuck
Charlie whispered
was
and
that?
pointed.
So, you know, there's an Italian chef. Of all things they did not have to port over from Aristocats, the racist Chinese caricature was one of them. In Aristocats, it was like a Siamese cat. But that was just like a man. What the fuck was going on there? That was just a dude that he's keeping in his kitchen, and I don't think I want to know more about that situation. Dingo did a lot of those. Oh, good.
The garbage cans. Without looking, Lucy ran on.
We got that to look forward to.
Damn, Charlie cursed. Because of her greed, she ruined everything.
They're German. Only Americans are able to be racist. There is a very big counterpoint to that. That Germans cannot be racist, but we won't go into all that.
You have to leave, Charlie called. No, Mario stopped them. I love cats. Are you hungry? What would you like to eat? I have a wonderful tuna pizza. Tuna pizza? Lucy sighed and Charlie licked his lips. It's just the last-minute one, Mario said. But the bon appetito.
Now we're doing Lady and the Tramp.
Fantastico, Lucy said when she was finished. If I could walk back home to San Francisco with any blisters on my feet, I will be the happiest cat in the world. You want to go to San Francisco, Mario asked. No problem. Down in the harbor, every ship goes to San Francisco. And the captain doesn't look for stowaways? Charlie asked with doubt. No. Has more important things to do. Believe me, it's easy. Lucy and Charlie said thank you and went on their way to the river. Good luck, Mario called. They had good luck. They found a ship that was
We're gonna see anything anti-Semitic. Oh,
so
God.
busy, they didn't even notice two stray cats.
Just why though? Why was the Italian chef keeping a random, like, racist, stereotypical Chinese man in his kitchen? I do not want to ponder on this question too much. That was fucking weird. You know why? Because you remember the plot?
A wonderful hiding place where they made themselves comfortable until they arrived in San Francisco. For many days, Mrs.
What does that
McDonald,
mean?
Laureen, and Lionel sat sadly in the
Does it
living
come
room.
back?
Oh, I don't feel like greeting visitors. Laureen, please go and tell them I don't feel well.
That and drawn in a completely
Laureen
different
stood up
style
and
than
walked
everything
to the
else. That was like a Mario paint drawing.
We don't want to buy anything, Laureen said when she saw
Go watch
two
Fellow
neglected
Sinning's melted
street
his
cats.
brain with watching every Dingo animation.
Don't you recognize me? Lucy asked, dumbfounded. It's me, Lucy! Unbelieving, Laureen stared at the little dirty cat. Lucy! Lionel called happily. Mom, it's definitely Lucy! Now Laureen recognized Lucy, too, and was beaming with happiness.
Sees the
Mrs.
cats
McDonald,
at the door.
Mrs.
We
McDonald,
don't want
Lionel
to
called
buy
very
anything.
excitedly. Lucy is back! And who are you? Laureen asked Charlie. Charlie is my name, madame. I'm delighted to make your acquaintance. Without Charlie, I would have never been able to escape from the cat catcher, Lucy told them. He is allowed to stay with us, isn't he? If he helped Lucy, he can stay with us as long as he would like, Mrs. McDonald said happily.
You dirty.
In some ways, he reminds me of Lucy's father, Laureen whispered to Mrs. McDonald. I think
Charlie lost several
very
inches of height.
handsome. Do you really want to stay with us? Lionel asked enthusiastically. Well, I would
Sure
like to
was
get to know your family
enthusiastic.
for a few days and then we'll see, said Charlie with restraint. Well, do that, Charlie. But you will see, you will like my family very much, and you won't want to leave. Lucy smiled and looked very amorously at Charlie.
No, 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 no. Do not look amorously at him. No, 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 no. Okay, we are done with this. Good God. Alright. What the fuck was that? Alright. Gonna go ahead and log this in. That was Vic the Cat who added this game to the wheel, right? I forget. Yeah, sure was. Just gonna take a moment to stick this on my spreadsheet. Alright. So, as said, since this was going to be a shorter stream, we have a double feature for y'all today. The other one is going to be Goldie. That one was a, that one was an Aristocats ripoff. This one is a Bambi ripoff. And we'll go ahead and load that up here. Why did they put these on PlayStation? What was the thought process behind this? Was it like DVDs were not commonplace yet? Was pressing a disc cheaper than like making a VHS, so it got put on the PlayStation? Is that how that happened? CDs were cheap and Sony didn't give a shit. Fair enough. I kind of thought it might be something like that. So, as with Nice Cats, I went and gave Bambi a rewatch too. Before coming into this, the first time I've seen it since childhood. Let's see. Let's do one of these. Yeah, that's the same. That's the same owl from Nice Cats. They just reuse that. Let's see. This one looks like it has a lot of characters, so we'll do this one. Yeah, I rewatched Bambi. Uh, Bambi, when I was a kid, was not a movie I was overly fond of. Um, the first. Hold on, I forgot. I forgot the mouse controls. Um, I think as a little kid, I was kind of bored by the first half. That's, definitely a lot of like animals frolicking in the woods. And then, the trauma of Bambi's mother dying uh, upset me enough as a little kid that I just did not like this movie. Rewatching it, I like it a lot more now. Okay, I think this goes up here. Something I really like about Bambi is the way humans, the way the way man is portrayed as just like something eldritch almost. Um, there's like the hunter that kills Bambi's mom. At no point in this movie are humans ever shown on screen. You only see, you only hear their gunshots and see what they leave behind, with, like, the campsite and the fire that gets started. I think it's really cool the way this movie treats its humans. Like it almost becomes like a horror movie almost. Excuse me. Yeah, the hedgehog is here, the squirrel is here. Also, I fucked this up. Alright, there we go. The original Giraffe's origins. I don't actually know anything about. Was Bambi, was that adapted from like another story? A book? Huh, I never knew that. But yeah, the way you never see the humans, um, the way humans are talked about, uh, man is here. There are many of them this time. We must run. Um, I really like it. It's like for a movie for like, fucking 5-year-olds, it's some effective horror. This looks like, I don't know, what is this, like a lake or something back here? And like, these animals can't really do anything about it either. All they can do is survive. And of course, just beautiful, beautiful animation. What do you mean I can't? Okay. Yeah, I think I legitimately enjoyed this movie for 5-year-olds more now than when I was actually 5 years old. It's like this whole situation over here. There's like stairs? Boop, boop, boop. What? Why can't I? Damn it. Struck me as a movie more for the parents, with their kids as an excuse to let them enjoy it. Maybe so. Whatever. Beautiful picture. Alright, well, let's go ahead and watch the movie now.
There was an excited silence in the magic forest. All the animals, trees and flowers seemed to hold their breath.
Nice, Bob. It's Bob. I love Bob. Ugh.
If anyone dared say something, he whispered it quietly.
Terrifying bee.
When
will it happen?
Shyer than before.
When will it happen? That is what we all want to know. That is the burning question on our mind. Maybe it will happen tonight. Yeah.
The old tree said in a domineering way.
Why is the tree
Should I
talking?
have a look?
That's
Asked the
terrifying.
squirrel. Don't do that, Fuschel, the tortoise remarked. You will rustle the leaves too loud. We must be patient. But to remain patient was difficult for the animals. Restlessly,
Both the writer and the English translator for Bambi were Austrian and German Jews in the 1920s, and the book's been seen as a parable for persecution of Jews in Europe for the time. Huh, I never knew that. Interesting. Oh, fireworks are definitely going ham out there. Y'all can probably hear that. When asked about the adaptation being a frolicking animal movie, I think both of them just went, haha, that's neat, I guess.
Perhaps the bird may have a look. He's very quiet, he begged. Although the old tree would, of course, never have admitted how curious he was, he had had this idea before. You young people are not able to wait, he mumbled. Well, let the bird have a look. The bird was happy to be able to do something and flew away. The animals were left behind, became more and more nervous. The air was full of suspense.
Barely any animation on that thing.
Hurrah! Could suddenly be heard in the forest. Hurrah! It's there! It's there! The bird was fluttering over the animals excitedly. The silence of the forest was over.
Considering
Everyone
the
was chattering.
politics of Walt himself.
What does it look like?
Yeah, we're just
Has it
not
already got a
gonna...
name? May we visit it?
Ugh.
Just go, said the old tree. Send it my regards and tell it that I am waiting for its visit. Full of impatience, the animals ran and jumped away.
See the rabbit's just rolling. Waddling along.
Full of pride.
That is... Hold on, that is just like straight up traced from Bambi. That exact frame is just traced directly from Bambi.
The father was looking at the kid with benevolence too. Suddenly his ears rose. I think there are visitors, he said. Oh, how pretty, how lovely, the animals were whispering to each other. This is the prettiest little kid that was ever born in the magic forest. It's really golden, the squirrel said, full of enthusiasm. What's its name? Said Mummel the hare. We don't know yet, said the father. We haven't had any time to think about its name, but Wuschel has found it just now, said Mother Deer. Wuschel was surprised. I have given it a name, he asked, full of amazement. Yes, Mother Deer laughed. Haven't you said that the kid is golden? Goldie is the right name for my little daughter. Goldie's a nice name.
It's a girl deer.
Was so happy. He had found a name for a deer kid. This is a commitment. Wuschel swore to take care of Goldie everywhere,
Terrifying
never leave her
turtle.
alone.
Some of the earliest Dingo picture stuff doesn't even have animations, just pictures from a book. That probably would have been a better idea.
Soon Goldie learned to jump and run. Wuschel became her best friend. He played and rollicked with Goldie all day long. He showed her all the forest. He proudly introduced her to the other animals.
The head wobbling animation.
The visit of the two friends, and liked Goldie more and more because she was always friendly and cheerful. When the friends had rollicked about enough, they went to the old trees. They lay down under the branches and listened to the old stories. The trees had been living in the forest for a long time, even longer than the old tortoise. Therefore they could talk about times when the wild bears and buffaloes were still alive and when only a few people came into this part of the forest. Today, the trees told Goldie the human beings could be dangerous. On Sunday afternoons, they invaded the forest in big groups and could disturb the silence of the animals. And sometimes, the tree said, hunters came into the forest and would kill the animals with their guns, yes. As Goldie had never seen a man before, she could not quite believe the stories told by the trees. But even without men, the forest could become dangerous. Goldie had to learn this quickly.
That's the same fucking
Every
song.
day, Goldie and Wuschel played in the meadow. It was nearly summer, and everywhere it was blooming in the most beautiful colors.
Clearly,
Goldie was watching the bees busily collecting
clearly
the
had a
pollen.
stock library
One
of
of the bees she found particularly pretty and tried to nudge her with her nose again and again. The bee enjoyed this.
they clearly had a library of stock assets for like the reused animals, the music. Why am I Dante from The Devil May... Why am I? Like... This is just my outfit. This is kind of my default outfit, I guess. I was thinking less less Dante and more Masato. What's the QR code on your jacket? I don't know. Someone want to like scan that and see where it goes? I'm pretty sure this is going to open up the creators page. That's what I think. I think it goes to Fox Corp's Booth PM page is what I expect this goes to. In fact, I took out my phone and scanned it, and I am exactly correct about that. It would be a wild place to stuff a virus. Risky business zooming up on that QR code on screen, I guess. But, yeah, having checked that myself, it goes to the creators page, the creator of, like, who made this outfit. I should change the QR code and have it point to, like, to a fucking Rickroll or something. Yeah. Foxcorp.boothpm, that is the link this points to. They are the ones who made this whole getup I'm wearing right now. Lenny says you're used to me changing my outfits around. Yeah, my current model requires a lot more, like, work to get set up with, like, the tail physics and stuff. So probably, me changing outfits is only gonna be for, like, special occasions, with how much more work it involves. The occasional breath from my model looks like I'm vaping, looks like I'm just ripping a fat jewel. It's like a smoky breath effect, because I am a dragon. Here, you want proof? Ah! 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 I tried setting this up for, like, a volume toggle for it to turn on, if I start shouting or something. I didn't really, it seemed very finicky and unreliable though, so I've just got it on a button toggle to turn on and off at will. You need one to endure this, no kidding. I don't, okay, good.
Goldie. Take care, Vushel shouted. But it was already too late. Goldie had fallen into the pond. She was rowing her legs heftily. The water's not too deep, Vushel shouted. You can stand there. And indeed, when Goldie stopped kicking around, she noticed that her legs were on solid ground. She quickly jumped out of the pond. Vushel laughed his head off. And the bee was giggling. Stop laughing, you two.
What a
That
jerk.
could happen to you just as well. But not to me, the bee said cheerfully.
This bee is terrifying.
Always take care
I
where
do
I
not
run
like
along,
this bee.
Vushel said, full of self-confidence. Goldie was sulking. But not for long. The day was much too pretty to feel offended. In the evening, Goldie and Vushel ran home tiredly.
This narrator's
Goldie's
cadence
mother
is
usually
fucking
waited at the edge
creepy.
of
I
the
don't
perfect
like it.
plantation area for the two friends. But today, nobody was to be seen.
It
Full of
scratches
eyes,
my
both of them
brain
were
in the
walking
wrong
around.
way.
Very strange, Goldie said. Where could she be now? Goldie and Vushel searched again and again until it became dark. They asked all the animals whether they had seen Goldie's mother, but nobody knew anything.
It's this music. Oh.
Tired and sad, Goldie and Vushel lay down to sleep. The next morning they started the search again. After many hours of unsuccessful searching, they sat down in a meadow and were utterly depressed. "What's the matter with you?" They suddenly heard a voice. "Can I help you with anything?" It was Mummel, who had seen the two when he was looking for food. "Oh, Mummel," Goldie said. "My mother's disappeared and nobody has seen her. We already asked all the animals in the forest." "Oh, dear." Mummel was terrified. "That sounds bad. I've thought something like that before. Do you know anything? Have you seen anything?" "Well, I hope I'm wrong, but I'm afraid I'm right," Mummel said. "Yesterday about lunchtime I was lolloping along with my children in the meadow over there. Then I came quite near to your protected forest area. Suddenly it became dark, but it was not the sun that went down, but big shadows were falling on the grass." Mummel became very quiet. "They were men." "Men?" Goldie shouted, horrified. "Did they have guns? Did they kill my mother?"
That fucking sound effects.
"I don't know. As soon as we noticed the men, we ran off quickly. But I haven't heard any shots. Carry on.
Like the
What
men are
happened
just
then?"
a fucking demon.
"I don't know," Mummel said sadly. Mummel would have liked to comfort Goldie, but he didn't know how to do it. So he lolloped away slowly. "Let's go to the trees. They've seen so much. Perhaps they know what may have happened." Bushelu suggested. They ran to the trees quickly and told them what they had heard from Mummel.
Did a racial
dear.
stereotype kill Bambi's
That
mom?
is bad. No one who has had anything to
Maybe,
do with
but we
human
haven't
beings
seen
has
it
come
yet.
back into our forest. From now on, nobody could hear Goldie laughing in the magic forest anymore. With sad eyes, she sat in the meadow without saying a word. The other animals missed her laughing and rollicking, and after a while they also became more and more sad. It became quiet in the magic forest. Even the birds twittered only little messages to one another.
Sad
It was
tree.
almost to have believed that even the sun did not shine so brightly anymore, for it had become darker and darker in the forest. One day, an old wandering bear came into the magic forest. He
Birds
looked
may or
around
may
in
not be
amazement. Was this
duck
really the
chicken
forest that he
hybrid.
had known as a young bear? At that time, it had been quiet, bright here, and everyone certainly had been happy. He took a rest near the old trees. "Hi, old tree," he said. "What has happened here? Why do you all keep your heads down?" "Shh, shh," the tree said, because the bear had spoken very loud, and nobody had done that in the magic forest in a long time. The bear looked amazed. "If you're not allowed to speak loudly anymore, you're in a bad situation. Now tell me immediately. There is always some way to help." "Not in this case," said the tree. "Listen, some months ago we were all very glad and happy. Then something terrible happened after that." And the old tree told the bear the story of Goldie and the disappearance of her mother. The bear listened full of interest. "Is there anything by which you can recognize Goldie's mother?" he asked. "Yes. Goldie's mother had a white spot on her right front leg. That is something very special." "Then I've seen Goldie's mother," said the bear. "You've seen her? Is she alive?" the tree called.
A white
She's
spot on her
alive.
front leg. Does
Birds
she
sitting on the branches
actually
of the
have
old
one?
tree shouted.
Was
"You
there a
have heard
talking
everything," and rose in the air
tree and
shouted, "She
Bambi?
lives, she
Absolutely
lives."
not.
The animals looked up in horror. "Have you heard? The bird said she lives." They
There
whispered
was
because they did not
not
dare
a
talk too
Deku
loudly
tree
yet.
in
But as
Bambi.
there were so many whispering, the whispering became louder and louder, and then there was a rustling through the magic forest. "She lives! Goldie's mother lives!" Goldie, who was sitting in the meadow, sadly heard this as well. "She lives!" She could hardly believe it. "The bear's seen your mother. She lives!" the bird shouted excitedly.
The
Goldie
bees
jumped
are
up.
terrifying. I do not like the bees.
"Where's the bear?" "Near the old trees," the bird shouted. Now at last, after a long time, Goldie ran away with long jumps.
Probably your recycled asset from their Pocahontas.
"Stop! Not so quickly!" Bushel shouted and was hopping behind her.
Oh God! Oh God! I don't want to see their Pocahontas. That's gonna be horrifying.
Where have you seen my mother?" she called as she arrived by the old trees. "That is a sad and long story," the bear said. Meanwhile, all the other animals had come together around the trees. Listen, said the
Were they
bear.
mad?
You will know that many thousands of animals are killed by the people. They all shouted in horror, but not always. Sometimes we're just caught and locked up by the human beings. Why does that happen? Mum asked. I don't know exactly.
That's
the bear
probably
said.
even worse.
Whatever the reason may be, they give us just a little piece of earth. They make a high fence with points around us so that it becomes impossible to jump across it. That is called an enclosure by the human beings. And then what will happen to the animals that are locked up? The mouse squeaked. Something strange will happen. Every day, many people turn up and look through the fence. We are never unwatched. There's absolutely no place we can go and hide ourselves from the looks of man. That's absolutely horrible, said the shy hedgehog. But that's not everything, the bear said. Often the people bring along drinks and food, and then they throw the empty tins and bottles behind the fence.
Something strange will happen. They'll be teased until they
exactly
die.
There.
We've got like a weird through line of like animal rights going on here so far. The themes of like the guy selling cats to a laboratory in the last movie. More likely to happen to zoo animals than medical experiment animals. The raccoon from Pocahontas became the closest thing Dingo Pictures had as a mascot, renamed Wabu. He's an asshole. All right.
And often the animals injure themselves on pieces of glass or tins. And Goldie's mother? I've seen Goldie's mother in exactly such an enclosure. Is she injured? Goldie asked in horror. I don't think so, but she's ill. Ill? The old tree moaned. Is it bad? Yes. Unfortunately, the men do not come to the fence on foot, but they come in big cars. And these cars make a horrible noise and pollute the air. And the animals must breathe this polluted air all day long. And that's why Goldie's mother coughs all the time and has become ill. She can't get away from that? Fuschel asked. The bear shook his head. Goldie's tears were running over her cheeks, and even the trees started crying. Oh dear, that's impossible, Mom said, full of energy. There must be a way to free the animals. It has never been tried until now. But haven't you heard what the bear said? The fence is much too high to jump over it. That's true. It is too high.
I wasn't expecting the Bambi movie to be a screed against those evil zoos. I know in the past zoos have been pretty miserable places, but I think any reputable one these days is probably a nicer place for an animal to live than actually being in the wild and having to fucking hunt for food and dodge predators and all that. Woke Dingo Pictures. Oh, God.
But how do you know that that's the only way over the fence? Perhaps there may be a way under the fence. Under the fence? The animal shouted. That's the idea. Then off we go, the bear said. The animals started to move. It was a tiring way, and it lasted for many, many hours.
What's the turtle's tongue hanging out? What the fuck? My God, we get it.
Saw the fence. Goldie wanted to run.
Fucking 30 seconds of just walking.
Ordered the bear. We've got to wait until it is dark and the people have gone home. Or do you want to be caught yourself? The animals hid behind a high hedge. At last it became quiet. The last car took off. Let's go, the bear whispered. Cautiously, they all moved to the enclosure. It was a sad sight they saw.
The rabbit
Five
animation is
animals
so
stood on little
funny.
pieces of earth, and they all looked very ill. Mom, Goldie shouted quietly, but when Mom did not react, she shouted a bit louder, Mom! Very slowly, Mother Deer turned around her head.
Oh, the mom deer does have a
Goldie?
white spot.
She whispered very weakly. All were quiet because of their emotion. Mummel was the first to start talking. I'm as glad as you are, he said, breathing deeply. But we must start working now. We want to free all of you, Wushel said proudly. And we also know how to do it. Let's start. All of a sudden, the animals had disappeared.
No turtle tears, he just withdraws.
Where have they
I
all
do the
gone?
same thing.
Goldie's mother asked. Don't you hear anything? Goldie asked. Mother Deer raised her ears so she could hear it herself. There was a nibbling and a scratching.
This music is so
The
ominous.
squirrel, the mice, and the rest of the animals were nibbling busily at the fence with their sharp teeth, whereas the moles dug deep holes underneath the fence. Without a break, they worked hour by hour. That should be enough now, Mumu said at last. If you can make yourselves very small, you can slip through the fence. Full of doubt, the locked animals came nearer. Carry on. Who will be first? The bear asked. I'm sure it will work. Goldie's mother made herself as small as she could, and she was at last able to slip through the fence.
I don't
The
think
animals cheered.
the bucks with their antlers are fitting through.
Shh, shh, Mumu said. We can celebrate this later, but first of all, the others have to get out of there. While Goldie and her mother were cuddling to one another, the other animals slipped through the fence. And now away from here as quickly as possible. It's already getting bright, and soon the first people will turn up here, the bear warned. It was a strange procession which at dawn moved towards the magic forest. Often they had to take a rest, because some of the animals were injured and very weak. But they managed to do it.
That bear
coming!
would not
The
be
bird
helping
shouted.
an injured deer. That bear would be
Under
fucking
the
eating
old
that deer.
trees, they came together for a great festival. And at last, after...
Wait. They just used the same exact... They used the same exact frame for when the deer were in the zoo and looking very... The narrator tells us, oh, they look very miserable and sick. And they just use that same exact frame for when they're free and happy?
weeks and months, everybody was happy and cheerful in the magic forest again.
Oh my
And also
god.
the sunbeams were dancing, full of joy on the leaves of the bushes and the trees.
They say life's a prison like that. So in this one, Bambi's mom just lives and everything's fine? That removes the most iconic part of the original movie. That's it. That was even shorter than Nice Cats. Prequel all along. Fade to black credits gunshot. Oh no! There's a moral lesson that could be learned from the watering down of an adaptation of an adaptation. No kidding. I think the moral lesson is don't water down the message. Uh Hold up. Ah, shit. Okay, I'll have to fix something in my spreadsheet later. Oh well. Um, Alright, so that's, I said I was gonna do a, it's, it's just water, homeopathic morality. Why is, hold on. I'm trying to, like, put in, like, the minutes counter, and it keeps, like, changing it to something else? I don't know, what's going on there? Whatever, that's just me fucking around on my spreadsheet. So yeah, there's our Dingo Pictures double feature. There will be more as I continue this challenge. Uh, Shorter stream than usual. I think that is fine. Because, you know, better than the Crow. Yeah, true. I am completely happy with a shorter stream to get back into it. Like I said earlier, like to start the stream, my voice has been recovering after being sick. For a good couple weeks there, my voice was just absolutely fucked. Just a death croak of a voice. So I don't really want to push it by like doing too long of a stream. I'll go ahead and I'll be calling this here. So that means let's go ahead and wait. We got an attract mode. What's going on here? We got a trailer?
There was an excited silence in the magic forest.
Or is it just
all the animals, trees, and flowers seemed
no?
to
It's
hold
just
their breath.
playing the actual video. Okay, whatever. So yeah, let's go ahead and pull up the wheel. Give me just a second here to do a bit of wheel maintenance. Add the game Big put on today. Oh wait, hold on. Our Zet can come off. N20 can come off. By the way, alright, what you got for me? Another for Shadow and in Stars and Time? Okay. Is that Shadow Generations or Shadow the Hedgehog? Alright. I think that's the only things that need to come off. Alright. Nudge desktop audio. Oh yeah, okay. Is it too loud? Is it like overpowering me? Little, okay. Fair enough. Oh, let's go ahead and pull up that wheel. It would next game for sure. Shuffle it up, and go. We got Superliminal. Above and below, we've got Extreme Pinball and Threads of Fate. Superliminal. That would have been a Steam gift, I think. Who gifted that one to me? Big the Cat put that one on my wheel. I guess it must have been a game I already owned that Big put on the wheel. Do I know about Superliminal? Looking this up, this game looks like familiar, but I have never actually played it. Yeah, Big, you're the one who put this on my wheel. Do-do-do-do. Oh, okay. So... One below. One below, we got Threads of Fate. What's below Threads of Fate? Konami Arcade Classics. Let me move my fat fucking tail out of the way so you can actually see that. A dog scythe is mercifully out of range. Oh, we got a bidding war going on now. All right. We are re-spinning. We got M&M's Shell Shocked now. Above and below, we've got Final Fantasy IX and Extreme Pinball. It did not spin very far. Are you regretting that respin now? M&M's Shell Shocked. Who put this on the wheel? Big the Cat put that on the wheel, alright. It'll probably be a one-stream game, alright. Well, next time we'll be doing an M&M's game. We'll be doing some licensed schlock. Let's see, who can I raid? Jesus is beating 4 games for July 4th. Mr. Radon is playing The Return of Ishtar. Retro Bladen is playing Breath of Fire, Dragon Quarters. Who is the Jank Wolf of 69? I don't know who that is. Oh, hey, Depths. Yeah, thank you for stopping by. I am just wrapping up the stream. I'm about to send y'all off to someone else. Yeah, people I would normally raid are not going right now. I'll send y'all to Jank Jesus. Shame Bad Game Hall of Fame isn't going, or I would have sent y'all to them. I know they were going earlier today. They were playing some mighty number... Shut up. Shut up, shut up. Bad Game Hall of Fame was playing some mighty number 9 the other day. And there's some flashbacks for you right there. Anyways, I'm sending y'all to Jank Jesus. Thank y'all for hanging out. And I will see y'all next time. Good night, everyone.